80-year-olds have sex too, which is a gross thought.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
80-year-olds?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, because the women will have gone through menopause and can no longer get wet, and the blokes can no longer sustain an erection.
There's medication?
No.
There are some horny 80-year-olds out there. 80-year-olds are more, like, they're more over.
No, they should be worried about throwing out a hip.
Well, if you're at that age, you might as well, at that point, it's like a breeze could knock you over. So you want to go out on your own terms.
Yeah, exactly. One particularly strong ejaculate could decimate your internal organs. This is episode 86 of the Real Talk Podcast. This one will be titled Geriatric Fucking. Like every other time we have a conversation, it's like a relatively normal chat, and then as soon as you step in front of a camera, you ask weird shit.
Well, I find that the weirder the question, the weirder the conversation, the easier it is to get us up and rolling.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Geriatric porn. Go on, I'm looking it up. Who's the oldest porn star?
I'm gonna say Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy.
Ha!
He's number 8.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was born, years active, 1978 to present.
He's still going.
Bambi Woods.
Bambi Woods.
Years active also from 1978. She was born in 1955. This woman was born in 1940.
No.
Yeah, active for 10 years. 1942. These aren't active. This is a lie.
I hope they're not still active.
Okay, there you go. She was born in 1952 and was active until 2007.
Whoa. I suppose if you love your job.
Yeah, so she would have been like late 60s.
Still getting right up on camera.
Yeah.
If you love your job, is it really
He
worth?
would have been like 40 something. This list is lie. This is a lie. He would have been 40, which was younger than the last. There you go. Shigeo Takuda is an 82-year-old porn star. I concede my argument.
Yes, there are still 80-year-olds still getting it.
Yeah, and he's getting paid. What's your excuse? That's it. Let's air out your sex life on camera.
Do I have to?
No. I want to ask a question, but then the answer to that question, if it's a yes, will make this incredibly hard to have a conversation.
Okay.
Does she watch our podcast?
I think I did tell her to watch the new one coming out.
Hi! And I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Right. Oh.
I wonder how much of that is going onto the cutting room floor.
None of them. It's all staying in. Like that 82-year-old's penis.
I knew it. I knew there'd be some 80-year-olds out there who'd still be getting it. Still going hard.
Which means you've still got 60 years to find love. Right. From one thing horrifying to another thing horrifying.
Right.
There's like a bunch of horror movies coming out this year.
There are a bunch of horror movies coming out.
A bunch of them are like remakes from classics.
Yeah.
We like remakes. Remakes are good.
Wait.
Especially for horror movies, because they're trash anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're in...
Yeah. I mean, they did it to Jason God knows how many times. I think they did it like 7 times.
All of the times.
All
of the times.
Yeah. Jason Goes to Hell is my favourite one. He gets dragged down to hell by little goblins.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Is that before or after he fights Freddy?
That is after he fights Freddy. And I'm pretty sure the way it starts is they goat him into like a horror scene and then a SWAT team kills him. Which is so stupid. It's like he's surrounded and then is cornered and then is like obliterated.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and then like he comes back but then like these demons come up and drag him to hell, and then he
kills his way through hell.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's retarded.
Yeah, but like Jason is just one of those characters that you can keep doing that to. He just keeps on coming back, and no one really knows why he keeps coming back.
Yeah, just like chlamydia.
Pretty much.
So we got Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm.
Spiral, which is a Saw spin-off.
Yeah.
I believe. The Exorcist is being remade.
Cool.
The Conjuring, which the subtitle is "The Devil Made Me Do It."
Ooh.
I think this is our Avengers movie.
You think? Oh, you
I'm
think so?
I'm pretty sure this is it because I know that is actually happening.
Yeah.
It's like all of the ghosts coming together. So that'll be retarded.
It's like a Portals moment.
Yeah. Scream 5 is coming out.
Yeah.
Which I saw the tagline yesterday was "Welcome Home, Sydney."
That's awesome.
So that's cool. And Hellraiser, believe it or not. Yeah, love Hellraiser. How good is Hellraiser?
I do like Hellraiser.
It's a terrible film.
You don't like it?
It's garbage.
Why?
I enjoy it, but it's garbage.
Oh, that's a lot of like those horror
Yeah, most
movies.
horror movies garbage.
Yeah. Well, but they all run off a set. Like they all run off a format.
Yeah.
They don't stray from the formula.
No,
The ones that
yeah,
do
no, I'll
are
give you
big for like a couple of years, and then they make too much money, and then
They get Annabelled.
they get
Because that was revolutionary. Because it wasn't like... I think Annabelle... Well, the big one in Annabelle was when they started to do jump scares during the day.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that breaks the rules.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel comfortable during the day.
And then at night,
And
that's
then
when they
unnerved
get
at night.
It's like
Pet Sematary was one of those. When we saw Pet Sematary, the remake, where there wasn't that many like scary moments in it.
yeah.
Like it wasn't terrifying the whole time, but the entire film you were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
It's almost like they changed after like if you don't know like the story of Pet Sematary.
Go read our review.
Go
on
read it.
Real Talk.
Oh, that's right. We did do a review on that.
Podcastdiscussions.com.
But like yeah, go read our review. But also like the story of Pet Sematary, if you don't know, is that this family moves into a house. I think their daughter,
Has a cat?
their daughter has a cat, and then I'm pretty sure the cat dies.
So the cat gets hit by a car.
Yes.
Right. And then, I'm pretty sure, it gets run over. And then they go and bury it in the pet cemetery, which is like, there's a pet cemetery behind the pet cemetery.
Yes.
It's Stephen King's obsession with Indian burial grounds.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they go there, they bury the cat, they put the stones on it. The next day, the cat comes back to life, but it's like all slightly fucked up.
Yes.
And it's like rabid. It's an angry piece of shit.
Yes.
And then the daughter gets hit by a car.
Yes.
And then the dad goes and buries her there, and she goes rampant.
Yes.
Also, and then some stuff happens, and then the ending, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go into that. Go and watch it.
Yes.
Or read our review.
But yeah, that was one of those movies that kind of broke. You're right. Broke the mold. Like doing. It didn't have any jump scares, but it just made you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when after like he buried his daughter, and then when she came back, the whole palette like for me, I realized like the palette of the movie changed.
Yeah.
Like it all got a little bit more grey, got a little bit more darker, and all that kind of stuff, and like it got a lot more dirty because it was like decaying.
Yeah.
But like that's the kind of stuff that kind of movie or those kind of stories, they don't require jump scares. There were jump scares in it.
There were a couple.
Because like a scary movie needs a few, but a movie that relies heavily on jump scares is a bit of a cop-out. It was like when we watched La Llorona the other day. That movie was all about jump scares, but did it completely wrong. It's
that
like you
movie
could see
was awful.
like you could see everything coming from a mile away, and usually there's something really scary about a woman all dressed in white at the end of the corridor who all of a sudden is right in front of you and then like screams at you. But the way that they did it was just ridiculous. Like the the jaw was like down to like her chest and all this kind of stuff, and like there was the occasional bits where like she put her hand out and scream at you and shit, and it's just like, this isn't scary, this is just ridiculous. And then they had the audacity to put in like it would look like a $10 like effect where they basically just she
force pulled the kid
out the door, which was just hilarious. We watched it and there was like that we had to rewind it because it was hilarious.
It was funny as shit.
But they even
it was also super predictable.
Oh yeah, 100% it was. But I do love in those Conjuring movies how like they make the church out to be like these like almost like Ghostbusters like heroes sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like there are people who like investigate hauntings.
Yeah.
But they're not like that.
No,
They're not
most
like that at
of
all.
them should be tied up and locked away in a mental asylum.
Yeah.
They're fucking insane.
But like a lot
Some of them are.
some of them are good, but like I think that was like the beauty of the first Conjuring movie is that they introduced the Warrens and they were kind of like, all right, well let's take a practical approach to this. They go around the house and they show people as like you don't actually have a ghost, you have an old pipe system that's making it creak in the night.
Yeah.
It's like putting people at ease. But the way, like, as the Conjuring movies go on, they make the church out to be like this superhero team that will take down ghosts.
They are the magic wizards that kill the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like they have, you know, Jesus' blood in a vial and all that
The
kind of
issue
stuff.
I have with the Warrens, both in the films and in real life, is that they have made a tremendous amount of money off people being gullible as shit.
Yeah, but also like they also put people at ease.
They do also put people. The other thing with the more so with the real life, the Warrens in real life is that no matter how they die, it will be ghost related.
Oh yeah, 100%. In like I think it was the one where they're in. I think they were like it was like the Amityville Horror or something like that.
Yeah.
They almost got killed by a ghost, or they almost got killed by like a demon or something like that. I don't know, but it's always like it's going to be like a showdown between the Warrens and the devil or something like that. It's going to be something ridiculous, but like that museum that they have, the museum of like haunted artifacts from all over the world.
Yeah.
Like I think they hold the record of most haunted artifacts in one place. So technically. Their house is the most haunted house in the world. So, and I want to go see it because you can go see it's like the Warren Museum. I want to go see it, but they have like rules and they have like regulations. You can't touch anything. You can't disrespect anything. And they have like the original Annabelle, like you know this.
The doll, yeah.
They have the original Annabelle doll. Looks nothing like the movie doll.
No, the movie doll made it look
scary,
yeah.
Like it's like one of those porcelain dolls and all that kind of stuff.
It was the Annabelle doll, was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yes, which is not terrifying at all.
No.
But like...
Which somehow makes it more terrifying.
Yeah, it's something very like cuddly. Something so terrifying is so cuddly and they have it locked up in a cage. Well, not a cage, they have it locked up in like a glass cabinet, which they've done something to it, but she can't get out. And like you're not allowed to touch the glass, you can't be mean to Annabelle, and you have to say goodbye, and you gotta like respect her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like she'll get you. And well, like there have been stories of people who went to go see Annabelle, and people who like disrespected her or like knocked on the glass, and then they end up in a car crash. But like, I don't know if that was because of Annabelle. I think they maybe just crashed their car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. Anyway, but that's just like the Warrens Museum is one of those places where I'd love to go and see.
Yeah.
But then like there's the skeptic in me that's just kind of like I will ding 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 ding. And also like after I do it, just back away really quickly.
Yeah, because it is one of those things. It's like because you want to go and you're like this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's always that like you will always be slightly less willing to gamble your own life.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're kind of like.
It's like how
Spy.
bye, but like it's like how like superstitious, like because you and I are superstitious, mildly superstitious, like so for people who don't really know, like when you jinx yourself, you're supposed to tap on wood to make sure like
Oh yeah, do it all the time.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Like if we say something, it's like, oh, this year's gonna be great, and then you tap on wood just to make sure it's not going to go tits up, but
yeah.
but,
so far it has.
But it's
the wood is not working.
The wood isn't working.
Not unlike that 82-year-old man.
Nah, his wood is fine.
His wood is okay.
I don't know if it's
that is made of some rich, fine mahogany.
Oh my god.
The The 2021 luck wood is made of shitty plywood and it's not working at all.
It's that IKEA wood. It's like that IKEA shelving shit. It's like just compacted.
The stuff that says you're supposed to screw stuff into it, but disintegrates it as you put the screw in.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Thanks, IKEA.
Fuck you, IKEA. Please sponsor us.
Everyone's sponsor.
Everyone who watches this, please sponsor us. Yeah, but no, I think that's a bit of like a superstitious sort of thing that you and I both share. But like, we don't go too far with it. Like, if we see a cat walk in front of us, I'm not going to immediately walk over the cat's line, but like, I will eventually.
It's like, a cat.
That is a cat. It happens to be a black cat. I'm going to walk, the other way now. Slightly.
Askew. Cat. Yeah.
But and like. I don't walk under ladders because it's dangerous. Why the fuck would you walk
under
ladders?
I feel like some of them are just, like the superstitions are there because...
It's dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's a safety thing. It's like, it's bad luck to walk under ladders. It's like, yeah, that's because people drop things off ladders.
Yeah.
If it lands on your head, you die.
Yeah. Could you imagine being the person who coined that superstition in, like, I don't know, the 1800s? This is like...
no, it's bad luck to walk under those.
It's bad luck to walk underneath a ladder if someone's on top of it doing work. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and then like someone dropped a hammer on someone's head and they die, and it's like, it's bad luck. It's like, no, it's gravity.
It's like, no, you're an idiot.
Because that's like the whole, it's 7 years bad luck to break a mirror, and it's actually just because mirrors used to be really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Because reflective glass was super hard to make.
Yeah. But like, still...
Now we have machines and you can make like...
So, we're not saying
infinite mirrors. It's fucking sand.
Yeah.
But like, when you had to do that shit by hand, it was quite hard.
Yeah. But like, also, we're not saying go out and break mirrors.
No, I'm not saying go and just punch people's mirrors, you asshole. But like, you're probably not going to get 7 years of bad luck.
No, you're probably not.
Life is full of ups and downs. You will have bad luck over the next 7 years.
It's like doing those things, like when you're a kid. And did you ever do the Bloody Mary thing when you were a kid?
No.
I don't. I just don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a risk I'm not willing to take.
It's another one of those things where I'm happy to watch something where it's tested.
Yep.
Not so happy to gamble my own life.
It's like why I will never play with a Ouija board.
Yeah, it's because it's 92% false, and that there is like an 8% of me that goes, but what if it's not?
Yeah.
And maybe don't fuck with that.
Like
if there was somebody I didn't like was like, I'm gonna go home and do the Bloody Mary thing, I'm like, yeah, you should do that. 100% go for it. Yeah. No, I'm all on board, because if you're dumb enough to do it and it works, or doesn't work, depending on how you look at it, then you brought that upon yourself.
Yeah, good on you. It's like...
and also I don't have to deal with that. No, that's all a bit more.
But like, it's the same reason, like, you're right. It's like why I won't play with a Ouija board is because people will say, oh, it's fun, just a bit of fun. It's like, it's not. You're dealing with things you don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like I won't say...
The other thing with Ouija boards is right.
Mm-hmm.
Is the people who invented the Ouija board, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so this is what it does. It talks to dead people. You're like, okay, cool. It's like, but you can't pick who you talk to, and you can't control what goes through the door. And you're like,
so what's the good part of this?
So, no. Because like...
Yeah. You're taking a gamble playing with that thing.
That's a double gamble.
Oh.
Because that's like, you're gambling on whether or not it's real, and then if it is, you're gambling on whether or not it's good. So you're like, no.
Yeah. I don't want to take that. I actually went off, because I had a member of my family who was, when they were young, they played with a Ouija board because like when she was a kid, all they did was like do seances and all that kind of stuff, and like they wanted to be like, they watched like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and all that kind of stuff, so they wanted to be
so
like
they saw the good shit.
They saw the good shit, and they made their own Ouija board. They would go out and they would like have sleepovers and all this kind of shit, and then they would play with Ouija boards. And then I remember like we were sitting down watching a movie, and then she goes like, oh, I remember when I used to do that when I was a kid. And I went, what the fuck did you just say?
You are fucking with powers you do not understand.
Pretty much. It's like, you are so lucky that we are not haunted right now.
That's like the scene from Ted.
Oh, yeah.
With Beetlejuice. He's like, stop. We don't need that guy running around in here.
dude, you
No, I'm gonna do it. Beetlejuice. Yeah, you are fucking with powers you do not understand.
Even that's another one too. And like, kudos for that movie to create a character that is so like pop culture, like pop culture has made it so renowned to not say his name 3 times.
It's like feeding gremlins after midnight.
Yeah. Also, why the fuck would you feed gremlins after midnight? It's like,
You would.
You wouldn't want to feed gremlins after midnight. If someone says, if you buy a creature of somebody in the back street of Chinatown,
creepy old Chinese guy.
yeah, in the back street of Chinatown, and says, this creature
These
that does
are
not
the
exist.
rules, and then you're like,
it's cute.
Yeah, it's like if somebody gives you an animal you've never seen before,
Yeah.
and then you go home and Google that animal and it doesn't exist, then you do what you're told.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
Also,
give it back.
Give it back. You don't just don't feed gremlins after midnight. Don't play with Ouija
You
boards.
don't feed a mogwai after midnight.
A mogwai?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen
And
that.
then when you feed them, they turn into gremlins.
Ah. What's the name of the main one? Like the cute one that he gets? Is it Gizmo?
Gizmo, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the bad one's called Stripe.
Yeah. I fuck with Stripe though.
Yeah. Stripe is a 5.
Stripe is a vibe.
Gizmo's one of those ones where you look at him and you're like, yeah, he's cute, but then like,
yeah.
Stripe fucks.
It's one of the it's just one of those things. It's like if you got the risk, don't take the risk. I'm not doing the Bloody Mary thing. I don't want to say Beetlejuice's name 3 times. Call me superstitious, but I don't like risks. So yeah.
Also because you're easily spooked.
I am easily spooked.
Yeah, can't wait to stick you in VR.
That was another thing too. It's just like I would love to do a and I kind of regret it now because when I was a kid I used to go to the Easter show all the time and there was a haunted house. It was like one of those rides where like they stick you on a cart and then you just go through the thing.
Oh yeah.
But like as a kid, it was the scariest thing in the world. I wouldn't go on it. I hated scary rides as a kid, and I look back on it now,
And you're like,
and it's just like that isn't
shit.
scary at all. It's all like bad animatronics. So it's like people who would just pop out and just go, nah, and
They
then
did
go back in.
a Prison Break. There was a Prison Break like haunted maze thing. It at Luna Park.
Yeah.
Ages ago, years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
I've been like maybe 13 or 14. But they were. You had to like. You were in like single file. You had to put your hands on the person in front. You had to put your hands on their shoulder, and you just sort of followed the guy through. But they were actors.
Oh no.
And it was like strobe lights. So it'd be like ding 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 ding, which is really off-putting anyway. And then you'd get like the actors like fucking jumping in your face and like running off, and like a guy would run at you with a chainsaw.
No.
And the only reason that was scary was because the strobe light means that they jump forward.
Yeah, they like come forward at you.
And because they were 100% real people.
Yeah. But also, like, I feel like, could you imagine, like, now, you and I, like, in one of those, like, haunted houses? Someone's getting punched.
That is why I didn't realise at the time, I thought it was so you didn't get, like, lost.
Yeah.
But I realised at the time, it's to stop you from belting an actor. It was like years later, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, so you don't punch them in the face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because if a guy jumps at you and your hands are free, just bang!
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, could you imagine now if we were going through one of those haunted houses? I feel bad for that actor because they're getting punched. Or like, you go ballistic at them. Because if someone's coming at you, yeah, pretty much. If someone like screams at you, sometimes you mirror them.
Yeah.
Like for some people, like the fight, like we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
not on the podcast. We've talked about it like when we just on our own. But we've talked about the fight or flight thing, and
the humans are the only animals that we know of that can make a conscious decision between fight or flight.
Yeah.
Because it's fight or flight for us. It's not. It for every other, like usually all the other animals, it's flight then fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will flee first, fight later.
Yeah.
Whereas we will fight first, like 60% of the time.
Yeah.
Then run.
Yeah. Because and that's one of the things. Is just like because we're not violent,
No.
but we're also not the smallest people in the world. And also, if someone comes at me, like if a clown, first of all, I don't like clowns.
I don't
think they're necessary. I don't know why they have to wear face paint. But if one of them comes at me with a knife and starts cackling in my face, it's going down. So, and like regardless of it, if the person is an actor or if it's just an animatronic machine. If it's a machine, it's getting ripped off the wall. But it's just one of those things where it's just like it's actually kind of scary because, and a lot of the time, human beings, they will mirror the reaction of what somebody else is doing. So like if you're in a situation where someone is being aggressive towards you, 9 times out of 10, or like 50% of the time, that person will end up being violent back. That's how 90% of fights start. And then the other half of that is like someone's being violent against you, you run away, which is probably the better thing to do. I highly recommend you just leave. Flee. That is the best best case scenario. But it's just one of those things. I want to do a haunted house, but I need to have like my hands behind my back, or I need my.
I feel like I would be able to design a better haunted house than the ones that exist.
You reckon?
Yes.
Then I don't want to do it.
My issue with haunted houses is that they are almost always half-assed. Yeah.
When you say half-assed, like, do you mean like the actors don't go like? I'm not saying like they hurt you, but but like.
No, I just feel like the ones with actors are kind of like they're a bit mundane.
Yeah.
And the ones with animatronics just don't work.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're all like piston activated.
Oh yeah.
So you always get that.
Yeah.
And like the audio is really bad.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like it could be done better.
There was a thing I watched the other day because like now obviously because of the climate that we're in now, cons are postponed indefinitely, and I've been watching like in my free time. I'm watching like cons, like old cons from like years ago, and like different cons. Also, I found out that there's pretty much a con for almost everything, and there's a con for haunted houses, and animatronics and like VFX and all that kind of stuff. And some of the animatronics for some haunted houses are genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
But you're right, majority of them are. Would you say they were piston?
Yeah, like
piston.
hydraulic pistons.
Yeah, so you will get like that sound just to make sure they don't blow up on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard. But like some of them are just absolutely fantastic, and that's why I just want cons to come back. Because I also, now that I know that there's pretty much a con for almost anything, I want to go to them all.
Yeah, I want to go to all.
Like. Yeah, I think we've talked about like cons on the podcast before, but like you don't realize how much you love something until it's gone. Especially like Supernova, Comic-Con. Actually, no, we've never even been to Comic-Con.
Yeah, we have.
Have we?
Yeah.
Comic-Con Sydney?
Yeah.
Where was that at? That was at...
The same place Supernova.
Oh, that's right, it was too. But yeah, so we've been to Comic-Con, Supernova, we've been to PAX. PAX was awesome. Both Sydney and Melbourne. We went to the last EB Games Expo, which was sick, and then I really want to go to I think it's only in San Francisco, but it's called MonsterCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to go to that because I'm getting really into VFX.
I want to go to PAX East.
PAX East.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
It's in Boston.
Anything Boston related, you want to go to?
Well, it's my 2 favourite things.
Yeah, I know.
Boston and video games. Can hit a Celtics game.
Yep.
Go to play video games.
Go to the Red Sox.
I could go to the Red Sox.
Yeah. Can you get a... No, you can't
get a slice of pizza. Sausage.
Get a sausage pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
You
don't want one?
Don't know why they do this. They do this all the time.
That's the Italians.
Oh, they do this. For those who are listening on the pod, who are listening to the podcast.
He's doing the classic, like...
The Italian 3 fingers.
3-finger hand gesture.
Yeah.
Testata cazzo.
This turned into a very horror-related podcast today.
Yeah, there's nothing else. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, at the moment, there's nothing happening.
Alright, yeah, we'll be back next week. Go watch the Hurricane episode of Pop Tales. We are doing more pop culture drinks starting Friday. We're filming tomorrow, aren't we?
Well, yeah. We're filming.
I don't know what we're doing first. Actually, yes, I do.
We're doing
that
one.
Doing something first.
Yep.
I have an idea for that also.
Okay.
I might have to film that next week.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll work it out. So go watch the Hurricane. Go follow us on social media. I'm on Instagram at Real Talk Rice, and I'm on Twitter at Review by Lurch.
I am at Twitter and Instagram at Geriatric1.
We are on Twitter at Real_Pop. We are on Facebook at Real Talk Pop Culture Discussions. That same goes for Spotify and YouTube. And we are on Instagram at Real Talk_Pop Culture Discussions. Reviews and articles at RealTalkPCD.com. And we are on Twitch at twitch.tv/RealTalkPCD Gaming.
Yes, we are.
As always, guys, keep it real.
And stay sexy.
Boo.
Bleh!
Bleh, bleh, bleh.